I love that part. The knowledge can begin to thread through your life. Oh, feet, feet, feet. Find my feet. Practice my stance. That's the knowledge. Oh, make sure I go to the park, forget about everything, and then I come back and have a little angle on people, places, and things and how I'm going to do it. Different quotes, different neurological principles, scientific principles, like Dr. Eric Kandel. He won the Nobel Prize in brain science, one of the world's greatest brain scientists. He said in a documentary about meditation that neuroplasticity is the last frontier of medical science. And as it's shown in that document that I sent some time ago, people can change eye color. People can have blisters and disappearance of blisters. The mind-body interface is extraordinary. Mm-hmm. So if you're 100% responsible and you have all of these bits of knowledge guiding you to the ultimate experience was meditation. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you'll begin to develop the coherence effect. You know, you have more coherence because this area of the middle of your body and this foot and wherever and whatever, all of these things become saturated in like a biochemistry cocktail. Same thing of a beautiful scene in nature. Mm-hmm. Same thing if you have a great bite of food. Same thing if you have a wonderful moment with your boyfriend. Mm-hmm. So all of the negative stuff that we just got through leads us to centering, calming down, being able to be contemplative, and going into the positive stuff.
Mm-hmm. Is that the catharsis? Because we said we could talk more about the catharsis because I don't feel it. I feel something in my body, only bodily sensations, but no emotion arises.
Yes, you will now. Thank you for reminding me.
I think that this has to do with my intellectual part because I know a lot of things about theoretical things about catharsis, and I had a lot of teachers telling me different stories about catharsis, so I don't believe that much in the concept. So I think it's the mind that's blocking me from getting there.
Did I give you the wrong? Catharsis. Okay, yeah, that's true. So the intellect is clouding and embracing, encapsulating emotions. Catharsis, on a fundamental level, is pent-up emotion being released. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So you have criticism of yourself, judgment, and sense of intellectual superiority.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I used to say to people? And you're going to really get me for this. I might get the punch.
No, I don't think so.
I think I might. But I used to say, I don't want to come across like I think that I know more about this stuff and, have more understanding or anything than other people that are involved in all of these kind of teachings. I don't want to come across like I think that that's true. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I know that that's true.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't believe you, so you can. I'm curious, but I don't.
Yeah, you got me. You're so good. All right, criticism of myself, shaming and blaming. Well, all of that is catharsis. All you've got to do is feel these words that I read to you right now, and you're going to have catharsis. Criticism of myself and others, judgment, a sense of intellectual superiority, competitiveness, shaming and blaming myself and others, difficulty in manifesting my aspirations and plans so that my income grows. And I need to switch this one.
Oh, are these my answers to the...
You see? You thought you got me, didn't you? Oh, look at this. My shoulders, neck, core, knees, and feet. Now, I want you to feel into these things and begin to breathe deeply now, okay? Now, I want you to feel emotional sorrow. I want you to feel, this is the great missing ingredient in therapy and in enlightenment. It's the negative. We're so busy trying to get to the positive and understand stuff that we don't have catharsis. We don't feel there's suffering in the world. That I have suffering, you have suffering, that there's places of no solution, that there's scary stuff going on. To feel gratitude, empathy, and compassion, to listen more carefully, and to see more clearly without preconceptions and judgments. Money has always been a matter of shame because I feel I don't have it. My status is lower and not important. Right now, money is a difficult subject. Trusting people and thinking they want to harm me. Thinking in a competitive way and not being able to feel joy for others because I compare myself to them, thinking that I'm not good enough, never will be. I'm pretty much concluded on that being true for me. I repeat, criticize. You see, no matter how good you are, everybody's going to say, oh, you should have done that different. You could be like the greatest. I used to think that I tell people my life experience, which is really intense, right? And monk of three traditions and all that. And I used to think if I tell people that, like they would give me a chance to be a leader or offer something. No way. I repeat, criticize, blaming, not supporting, rejecting people, and so forth. Now, where do you feel that in your body? Anywhere in particular?
What? Can you name one so I can connect with one, or all of them?
Oh, it's okay. Blaming and rejecting people.
The first sensation that comes is in the neck and in the head, because I'm blaming with the head and rejecting with my voice, with my words. So it's right here, like it's hard for me to swallow right now.
And what's the emotion about that?
It's disgust and maybe anger.
Disgust, anger, intolerance, this kind of thing. Being fed up. I keep on acting I know better than they do. Yeah. All intellectuals know better than the other one. And, this is a community of intellectuals around here. So we're all doing that with each other ferociously.
We're all the
Yeah. You can find your way to think and comment on anything. I always found that funny. No matter what the subject is, you could go to anywhere around the world and the person's got a comment on it. There's no, I don't know. There's not a politician that rises into power and says, I don't really understand what we're going to do about hunger and wars and violence. I'm not really sure. I mean, here's a couple of things I have, but it doesn't seem like I have any solutions really. I mean, nobody talks that way.
Yeah. Because not knowing is not acceptable. We were punished for not knowing. I was punished for not knowing.
Be punished then. Be punished and be victimized right now. Still have time. Because if you're not punished and victimized right now by what you're afraid of, then it's going to manifest. You're afraid of this person and what you created in relationship with this person. It's all your fault, right? Because you only blame yourself. You're either Satan or God, right? Everybody's bipolar. So surrender now while you still have a chance to not experience trauma that perpetuates the whole thing. Because you face the awkward feeling of being angry. I mean, I'm the same way. When I get angry, it's like, look out. It's horrible. And it's always less over the years, it's always better. But I was raised, whoever could be the most angry, whoever could be the most violent and the most crazy. That was a part of the male crazy Italian thing that you see on TV. That was part of something that was good. Like if you see that, then that's what makes you strong. So now I have these patterns where I'm nice forever, and then I become so mean and aggressive, it's beyond imagination. And I realized that to be a warrior kind of a person, to be a fighter, is not necessarily bad. But how and what you do and what you say, that's very bad. And when we have these little temper tantrums, that's very bad. It's only because the disease in the body, and you're being nice, and the disease builds up, and then you're like, forget it, I'm punching him or her. And that's not what you want to do with the diseased feelings, which are emotions in your body. You want to have catharsis. So I want you to breathe 10 times right now and feel those feelings without acting out, and have this repentant attitude, like Jesus land, repentant attitude for having been disobedient to true authority. True authority is maybe the wisdoms of psychology, the wisdom of somewhere, because you're not the enlightened person. You need to get that straight. And I'm not the enlightened person, because if we don't have, that's this big idea I have as being a teacher. I think that's my claim to fame, is that I tell the truth about that. And nobody else seems to do that for some reason. But if you don't tell the truth about that, you just really have no hope. So I don't want to have no hope. I've had so much suffering my whole life. And so I want to be happier, healthier, wealthier. And I know you want that too. So the only way that you can go in that direction is that you feel this negative stuff and have catharsis. You know what the word catharsis means? What does it mean?
I don't know right now the etymology.
Catharsis means the emotional expression of something that's diseased or negative. So if we're doing push hands, or I'm showing you some martial arts or something like that, I can see where that is in the body. So I only need to touch a little bit. that's dimmock. Or healing. Or if you hug your boyfriend, you know exactly where to put your hand on the back. That's empathy. So you being empathic towards yourself, where is it that you need to have emotional catharsis? So you get it the hard way by me doing the push hand, dimmock, and just go ahead and right here in your right top of your chest. You know, you have it the hard way, and the easy way. And the easy way is you feel inside your body, mind, the middle, right, and left bottom, and you feel the emotion of those things. And start to feel it, and breathe deep 10 breaths. Right hand on chest, left hand on belly. Right hand on chest. Now, belly out, and then go. All right. I always thought, and isn't this is how Russia and America will go to war. Don't make me angry, because I'll show you what anger really is. That's what every person thinks. Your boyfriend, the same thing. You better stop. You're going to get me angry. You know, and you're like, you don't know what my anger is. It's like a bunch of children in a sandbox, and then they kill each other. Let's try to avoid that world. Let everybody else do it. You all can move to Crestone. It'll probably be safe. There's 20 monasteries here.
I have a joke for that.
Yes.
It would all end if America would say to Russia, I cannot make you feel anything. You are feeling angry.
Oh my God. Whoa. And that would get Russia really angry then. Belly out on the inhale. Scary stuff. Nuclear missiles. I don't know. It's funny with these big conflicts. I can see where I'm wrong as a culture, like compared to Russia. And I want to focus on that, because I don't want the punch coming. So I would rather just be wrong, like you say, be wrong, but not to the degree of depression and suicide, to the degree of changing my behavior. Change behavior is the only apology. You don't have another way to make up for not being good enough. And This one student, Andrea, New York Times best-selling list, she wrote a book called Born Enough. And I joke with her and the other students. I said, she wrote a book called Born Enough. I wrote the book called Born Not Enough. Belly out on the inhale. Belly in on the exhale. Chest does not expand on the inhale. Feel the emotion. Look, I can't make you feel anything. Oh, here comes a, ow! I got it that time. All right, back of the hands and the lower back. And let's see the inhale and the lower back expands. Exhale, relax your body. Okay. Inhale, lower back expands. Boy, that's a terrible joke. The way that you stay safe is you stay wrong. You let your suckiness suck. And then all of a sudden you get all the energy and the pointing fingers that they might say you're not good enough or you're too different, or what is this spiritual stuff you're talking about? What do you mean there's happiness? I got to go to work, leave me alone. That's not your world. It doesn't matter what the whole world does. Inhale. You're having some catharsis.
I feel blocked. I mean, I think I need more time to connect. Maybe it's not the, I cannot connect. I still have the America and Russia joke in my mind. So
Let's see. Feel the emotion, feel the emotion. Okay, think about something that you're more ashamed of than anything. The loose sex, the drugs, whatever. That's on video for everybody.
I won't say what it is.
No, whatever it could be. I mean, I don't know, but whatever it is, just start to feel it and tell me if there's any catharsis. Look, I can't make you feel anything. You choose your feelings. See, if there's any way to get you to punch me, it would be just me being myself. Atta girl. So this is called catharsis. And it's important that you feel cared about and protected enough and everything else, so that you're allowed to be a little girl and you're allowed to cry, and you're allowed to have emotion and all this stuff. I cry like a baby so much in my life. Now I haven't cried in forever. I don't know why, but I used to. Like a baby, crying sobs, poor women girlfriends. Like a 2-year-old, I would cry, heaving, crying.
I'm relaxing.
Well, when I talked about all that craziness, then you said, for heck with that, I'm not going there. But yet it's there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Obviously. So that's catharsis. This is catharsis, and it is vital for your psychological health to have catharsis. So start feeling bad. That's my therapy. I spend a lot of time daily feeling bad for not being good enough, for having said something wrong, or having done something wrong. Not to the degree of some kind of wallowing, to the degree where it's being cleaned out, purified. So this is the first step, catharsis. I want you to remember a time when some trauma happened to you. that you're ashamed of, and write it down for yourself. That it made you feel weak or, bad, wrong, doomed. And start to breathe into that. Draw a stick person and put dots on the stick person again, a new one, where it is that you feel physically challenged. We know middle right, that glares at me all the time. We know bottom left foot. So there's emotion associated with these things. Aren't I exhausting?
No, you're not. I'm just relaxing. And then while I relax, as I breathe consciously, I become more relaxed. And that's why because it's late here and it's.
Throw that stick person and start to think about the shame, the memory, the loss, the I'm not good enough, I can't make enough money. Start to feel like the asteroids thing I was saying before, that all of these experiences are causing like an attack, like being attacked. You're attacked by not being able to make this, and attacked by I'm not able to have the emotional experience I want to have, and so forth. You need to choose this thing called love and happiness by yourself. Being loved, being cherished, being honored, you need to choose it exactly as you are. You need to take from life, because life is offering all around you with every person in every park and every environment, everywhere. So if you totally surrender and let it in, then you'll let this emotional catharsis happen, because you'll see what you've been holding and blocked. Same thing you do for your clients. This is the only thing you want to have happen for your clients. You want them to access something and release it, right? Sort of. All right. So for yourself, start to breathe in your belly, out of your head. Feel into the places of the body, middle right, bottom foot, bottom left foot, middle right, front. Overly critical. Critical when you didn't need to be, or being the victim of other person's criticism. Why? It's not really helping anything. Feel the emotions that are stuck in your shoulders and your neck from trying to hold the weight of the world. Trying to be nice to ignorant American bastards. So funny how you identify with that.
I feel like spasmodic contractions in right here.
Good. Keep feeling them. And keep going into this emotion. I can't make you feel anything. Boy, am I going to get you with that forever.
You want me to stay with my eyes closed, with my eyes open?
It's fine.
It's fine. Okay.
And begin to have longer breath and longer attention span as you enter into step 2. So step 2, centering, carries step 1, catharsis, with it. Step 1, catharsis, is accessed by memories, it's accessed by challenges. It's mostly accessed by compassion for other people's suffering. So when you think about, what is it, Serbia, different places, stuff going on, Israel, Middle East, Russia and US, who knows what. Imagine the suffering. Afghanistan, wherever, whatever, your own country, I don't know what. It seems to be pretty good. I tried to do a little research. So there is pain and suffering, in your mind, in your body. There is sorrow. You're allowed to have sorrow. If you don't have sorrow, you're not going to mature. You want to mature. and be the most beautiful, most wonderful thing possible. And it's going to happen because you're that smart and you're that good. But you're going to need to access this emotion stuff. And I can't make you feel anything. Where am I going to like that one? Our whole thing, our whole difficulty is emotion, not being able to access our emotional feeling. University studies now, they all say emotion is more important than intelligence. You know that? You ever find that? All right, so where's our emotion? I don't know. You know, and you're desperately trying to make the boyfriend feel it. And in him not feeling, you feel lost because you need to have him participate in this journey you're trying to awaken to, of feeling emotionally. That's everybody doing the whole thing. And so then you get mad. But you're going to have to do it alone anyway. So feel it. Feel it in your body, mind. Feel it in every nook and cranny. And let it out. Feel how much it's lodged in different places in your body, how it's solidified and compressed and condensed. It's like inaccessible for me too, but we can practice, we can try. This is catharsis. Name it, remember it, continue to work on it now, and then remember that you had some catharsis. And you don't need to tell me again that you can't have catharsis because I watched it happen. And the more time you spend with this now, and the deeper that you go, the more you're going to get magic and miracle. So you may as well go into it. I'm going to try to for the billionth time. There's no solution. Nothing ever works totally, but we could keep trying. Breathe deep into it. Longer breath, longer breath, longer breath. Now, please drop your head into your hands so that your palms are on your face. Shame, guilt, confusion, sadness, incapacity, suicidal ideation. Go down the list. Feel all of it. Can't heal the middle right body, can't heal the left foot, can't make the relationship magical, can't make other people believe in something more than their own little hypnotism. Being apparently doomed is actually the path to magic. But where is your body, mind just wrong and like not able to be fixed? Where are you hopeless? I call it hopelessness time. Breathe into it more emotional feeling in terms of the sorrow and depression about all of these negative things. You can't fix in yourself. You can't fix in somebody else. Yeah. Connect with boyfriend, family of origin, everybody, and let them all be accepted by you. Let them all say, do anything they want to do. And it's not actually some kind of victimization that's the wrong thing. It's more like this will dislodge the emotion that's stuck. To accept all these people so much that their projection overextends and pulls back. You see, by trying to not accept their projection, that's what causes the buildup of emotional stuckness. Everybody's projecting, telling us what to do and so forth, knowing more than us. Everybody is doing it. And the way to respond is not by doing the same. The way to respond is surrender. Where is their incompetence? Where is the feeling of being a fraud? You're not a therapist at all. You don't have your own life together. How are you going to be a therapist? You know, it goes on and on. All of this stuff relates to catharsis, emotional catharsis, and has nothing to do with somebody else allowing you to do it or not. You're going to allow yourself to do it. Because this time is vital. You need to have this experience of releasing the negative. A battery is made from negative and positive. It's not just one. It's not just cold intellectualism to understand emotion and others and everything. It won't work. It's a dance between heart and mind. And the heart rules it, like we were both saying at the beginning. So how are we going to feel emotion? Heart rate variability regulates the emotional experience that our heart has. It shows that we have one emotion, it changes the rhythm of the pulse. And another emotion, it shows that our emotions are either distant and dissociative or all over the place. But feeling like you're loved and cared about as an individual and sacrificed for by somebody else is like non-existent. And when you do this, everybody else comes forward. All of a sudden, new clients will show up. All of a sudden, everybody will have something to say because you're taking energy and you are allowed to take energy. And as soon as you do, everybody's going to say, why are you taking energy? You're supposed to be giving energy to me. You have to ignore them. Okay, now still with eyes closed, head straight, sense the airflow through your nostrils. Longer breath, longer breath. And now again, emotional catharsis, meaning think of a tender childhood moment. When little girl, an emotional feeling was correct and a big deal. And everybody else can wait. Nasal airflow and eyelid light. Listening. If you can't see the light through your eyelids, then you're wandering in thought too much. Becoming more centered is not just with the mind, it's with the emotion as well. And these dance together to produce more personal gravity, more stability. And that's the ultimate skill for a human being, to develop. Because when you have that emotion, intelligence, behavior, everything becomes more effective automatically. So don't worry about the outside world, relationships, and circumstances. Your obsession and worrying about all that stops the whole process of you being nourished and healed and educated. This is more important to spend time in. Then you have intelligence that can find solutions easier. But first, you got to get away. You got to relax and receive care and things. Intervention, it's all about intervention. The sun intercedes for the seed in the soil, and that's how the plant starts. Longer breath. Next time, so it's not so much nighttime. In the first step, the kind of breathing is breathe into it. It means breathe into an emotional worry, a future fear, a physical pain. In the second step, the kind of breath is the going to sleep breath. That means long inhale and quick exhale. That's the kind of breath that happens when we're going to sleep. Longer inhale, quick exhale, and the body gets heavy. You drop more weight. You touch the earth with your mind. Long inhale, quick exhale, and the body gets heavy. Each breath should be longer than the previous because we're trying to access the subconscious and superconscious. And that's alpha waves and theta waves. So to consciously experience that, rhythms have to slow down a lot more than they are now. So the breath is longer, longer, longer. And within that instruction, you have long inhale, quick exhale that drops all the weight. share the screen, my screen. And I want you to watch this. I had talked a little bit before about God and life and gurus, and that I would prove it. I think I can. There's an ascending and descending order of intelligence on any subject. You can't go into a forest and create a space shuttle. But that's how a space shuttle or an airplane was created. Rocks, and creates a spark, and then there's this, and then there's that, and then 1,000 years later, you've got something that can go to space or orbit Mars or land on Mars, something. You know? So intelligence is vast. We're stuck on being the intelligent and figuring it out, but it's not possible. It's like a computer separate from the net. It's not reasonable. So that's like God or a guru or something. Certainly there are people that are more intelligent than us in lots of different subjects. Mechanics is an easy way to understand it. We can't know everything about transmissions or engines. It's too much. If you try to take apart one piece and keep going, okay, you're going to learn a bunch. But if you go to a school that has a curriculum that builds on the wisdom and the knowledge of masters of it, you could learn more quickly. So as you slow down and as you access the subconscious and the superconscious, you become more emotionally aware. And you realize that everything's emotion, not emotional weakness. Love is not weakness. You know, sorrow, trapped emotion, it's not weak or unintelligent to feel that. Of course, if we don't feel it, we create trouble. So God or wise people exist like Yoda in a movie character on TV. Is there anybody that's like that, that has some kind of special abilities and super intelligence? Or is it all fantasy? Is there no sages, no saints? It's not logical that it's all fantasy, because there's a ascending and descending order of intelligence in any subject. So by us becoming intuitive, which is emotion and feeling, we can be empathic towards the other person and receive them and allow them to express themselves fully. In doing that, it becomes a big swirl of emotion and intelligence. And in this, you're going to see clearly, and you're going to see that there are people of extraordinary abilities. There's certainly super geniuses. How about a beetle that can see, or a bear that can smell 40 miles away? Or a bird that can navigate the electromagnetic ley lines of the earth. Isn't that paranormal, sage-like stuff? You sense magnetism of other people. That's a scientific fact. Mm-hmm. You have magnetite-bearing tissue and sphenoid bones in your nose, and they sense magnetism the same way that a bird navigates the ley lines. You have that same function in your body. So you are capable of being on top of a mountain and seeing humanity and noticing the person that founded Gestalt, or whatever it is that you revere, a Plato, something. And you start to be a little more humble about it. And as you do, you discover you're a unique individual, you're a therapist, you've got beautiful thoughts. And in all of this, you could keep going further, and the idea and or reality of God could be present to you. We'll work on that. Watch this now and see what you think. Please have longer breath now as we go from step 2 towards step 3.
I don't see it.
Spiritual. Oh, you don't?
No, I don't.
Huh. What happened? Okay.
Now
Yeah?
I see. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And blissful. Spiritual reality is a program on meditation and meditational experiences. While you watch this program, be totally relaxed. Just witness it. Just flow with it. Don't try to analyze it. Totally be with it. If any thought comes, that's the thought. Take a deep breath and just be with it. It is just for you.
Try to have longer breath now, longer breath, more embodiment, feeling all the body, the earth, all people, accept them, just accept them. You don't have to do anything.
In this whole creation, we are just a small speck. Each one of us is in search of good health, peace, knowledge, prosperity, harmony, and overall a happy and blissful life at all given times and situations. Each and every person strives hard to achieve this state. But can this really be achieved? Yes, this can be achieved. All this is possible only by understanding cosmic energy and self-knowledge. Now let us know about cosmic energy.
The field of magnetism that's in the air around you, and science called Schumann magnetism. Schumann coupling means that the lightning strikes that happen around the world create this electromagnetism that's pulsing in the air around you. And Schumann coupling means that your awareness can be like it is when you're alone in the scene in nature, boundless, or it can be in fearful clinging, like when you're talking to somebody. You need to join the experience of being alone in the scene in nature and being boundless and free while you're talking to people. Doing that lets you join with this energy that's in the air. If you're not aware of the environment, you can't be with the energy in the air. If you're afraid of being big because you're afraid you'll impose on the person that's in the next room or whatever, then you can't be connected to the energy in the air. But yet the sky and the energy that's in the air is bigger than the people. Does that make sense to you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
it does.
Okay.
The cosmic energy exists everywhere in the cosmos. It is the bond between the galaxies, the planets, humans, and molecules. It is the space between each and everything. It is the bond which keeps the whole cosmos in order. Cosmic energy is the life force. This cosmic energy is essential to maintain the order of our life and to expand our consciousness. Cosmic energy is the base for all our actions and functions. We receive some amount of cosmic energy in deep sleep and in total silence. We are using this energy for our day-to-day activities of our mind, like seeing, speaking, hearing, thinking, and all actions of our body. This limited energy gained through sleep is not sufficient for these activities. That is why we feel exhausted, tired, and tensed. This leads to mental and physical stress and all kinds of illnesses. The only way to overcome this is to get more and more cosmic energy. Cosmic energy is essential to maintain the order of our life. to lead a healthy and happy life, to totally involve in all situations we are in, to obtain knowledge, and finally, for expansion of our consciousness. Abundant cosmic energy is obtained only through meditation. Sleep is unconscious meditation. Meditation is conscious sleep. In sleep, we get limited energy. In meditation, we get abundant energy. This energy enhances the power of our body, mind, and intellect. It opens the doors for our sixth sense and beyond. With this boosted energy through meditation, we will be relaxed, healthy, and happy.
So the intellect is talking to our bodies and talking to environment and others in a way where we are so afraid that we just don't trust and allow people and places in. And that's why there's these steps. Step one, catharsis. It starts to get you in contact with unmet emotional need, physical need. Step two, centering. You sense the nasal airflow and you see the eyelid light, and you begin to become centered right here where we are. This allows more solidity in the body, like we have feet, like we have earth, with our bodies right where we are. In doing so, it creates a unity of purpose. Two people are just trying to ground themselves and trying to heal themselves. And you can incorporate more people into that. And when they oppose it and they don't want it, it just becomes like nectar, because it just exposes. You'll notice most of the whole world, they won't ground. So you need to hold the ground for the world. You need to bring your beautifulness to touch the ground, to touch the earth, to have gravity where you are. In step three, where we're at now, and we'll explore more over the weeks and eons to come, points of contact that we can feel safe to receive from.
It also helps to reach greater heights in the physical realm. Meditation is nothing but a journey of our consciousness towards the self. In meditation, we consciously travel from body to mind, mind to intellect, intellect to self, and beyond. To do meditation, first we have to stop all the functions of our body and mind. That is,
Now, to have no thought means to have emotional relief and support. Because if you have some beautiful experience with someone, time passes without any notice or concern. There's no obsessive thought going on. And this time passing by without notice and concern gives space in between you and yourself and you and others.
body movements, seeing, speaking, and thinking. Now, let us know how to do meditation. For meditation, the first thing is the posture. You may sit in any posture. The posture must be very comfortable.
Longer breath. How long can you make your breath now?
And stable. We can meditate either on a floor or on a chair. We can meditate in any place, wherever we feel comfortable. Sit comfortably, cross your legs, clasp your fingers. Now, close your eyes. Stop inner or outer chatter. Don't chant any mantra. Just relax. Totally relax. Just relax.
Body heavier on the exhale.
When we cross our legs and clasp our fingers,
Start over.
energy circuit is formed and gives more stability. Eyes are doors of the mind, so eyes should be closed. Mantra chanting or any chattering, inner or outer, are the activities of the mind, so it should be stopped.
Did you ever see something so beautiful in nature that your breath paused?
Yes.
This is the place that must happen in step 3 because there's some wonderful vibe. Because on your list of quotes and people and places and memories and things, and my favorites list, you learn more and more to be giving more time to this, regardless of what your mind says.
When body relaxes, consciousness travels to the next zone, mind and intellect. Mind is nothing but a bundle of thoughts. There are numerous thoughts always coming to the surface of the mind. Whenever there are thoughts in the mind, we may get many questions, known or unknown. To transcend the mind and intellect, one has to observe the breath.